Sudan is currently in the middle of a full blown civil war. And the latest flashpoint that you need to know about as of the 30th of October 2025 is the siege and now the capture of Al Fasher, the northern city in Sudan's western Darfur region. I'll have a map. Um, this city, which has come this city's capture, which has come alongside huge civilian harm, including sexual assault and even loss of life in the thousands. Reports have come out from established sources saying that over 2,000 civilians have now lost their life in the space of just a few days, including over 450 on hospital grounds at a Saudi funded hospital in the city that's fallen to the RSF forces. Let's get into the detailed news and overview of what the heck is actually going on. Al Fasher was under siege for a year and a half, 18 months. Sudan's government forces hold the capital of the country of Sudan and roughly the eastern half of the country. So this is the government forces. And the opposition, the RSF, the Rapid Support Forces, they hold roughly the western and southern half, including most of what is called Darfur, the large western province in Sudan. Al Fasher was a bit of an exception. Due to government aligned groups in the region, in North Darfur, even though Al Fasher is in North Darfur, Darfur is RSF stronghold basically in the west. The Sudanese government still, though, and aligned forces were holding out in Al Fasher, this northern regional capital by collaborating, working together so that the RSF couldn't just boot them out. Now, the RSF resorted at that point to war criminal behavior, blocking food and other resources into the city of Al Fasher, bringing its civilians to their knees. An alternative the RSF have opted for after they were unable to militarily overcome their adversary, targeting civilians when you can't fight the military of your enemy. Lots of that going around recently, especially the last 2 years. Yeah. Now, after 18 months, Al Fasher buckled. They were overcome just a few days ago. Now, in history, those who took a city sometimes opted to put it to the torch, as it were. Think of the Crusaders period, for example, when the Christians took the Holy Land, as it were, in Jerusalem. They, on several occasions, torched the city. Jews, la. Muslims, la. Out, out, out. When Salahuddin retook it under a Muslim banner, no such slaughter took place of civilians. So it's not, it's not every single conqueror, every single capture of a city does this, but it has been very common throughout history with certain leaders, certain people from certain places, sacking, stealing, slaughtering inhabitants once you take a city that's held out against you. Often, this was done to ensure that those who remain would fall in line, not out of loyalty or love, obviously, but out of debilitating fear. Something similar seems to have happened down here in southwest Sudan. According to the World Health Organization, over 460 people were killed in the Saudi maternity hospital. It's a hospital. Over 460 people lost their life in the Saudi maternity hospital as the RSF finally took control of the city, with reports saying over 1,000 more people at least were killed at other medical facilities dotted around the city. Total, obviously, as I said, is estimated to be far beyond 2,000. This is a place that's hard to reach for media. Sudan is a huge country, so if you get like reports that 2,000 people have lost their lives, best believe it's way over, right? It's a terrible loss of civilian life, of course. But mainstream media doesn't have the time for it because, it's Africa, come on. That's a permanent news value debuff in the eyes of the Western media apparatus. Obviously, Africa. Really? Is it DRC? No. Oh, Sudan's a different country, you say? Yeah, no. Africa is, a mess, they would say. Well, I wonder why. Have you heard of something called colonialism? Anyway, there's a lot to learn about the RSF paramilitary led by Muhammad Hamdan, known as Hemeti. Such a shame, by the way, as a Muslim, just speaking off the cuff. Such a shame that so many atrocities, so many injustices in our world currently take place with people named with such honorable names. It's a damn shame, I have to say. Not that I'm taking sides on this matter. I'm just reporting to you the news, and I'm not really giving the analysis on this one in depth. Darfur, you see, in the west, and the territories under the Rapid Support Forces have control of gold mines. I just wanted to finish off on this sort of immoral, or you could say very questionable practice, but I'm just reporting it to you. Darfur, and therefore the Rapid Support Forces, they have gold mines under their control. They've been extracting that gold, they've been selling that gold, or trading it rather, for guns to keep themselves effectively well supplied and their soldiers well paid in the fight against the state, the Sudanese armed forces in the capital Khartoum. Sudanese gold for Emirati guns and supplies, UAE, supplying the arms for gold, according to a mountain of different sources. Guns that are not aimed at an external enemy, a threat to the people of the nation of Sudan, no, but aimed at fellow Sudanese, taking the lives fellow Sudanese. I don't know if the RSF soldiers really count themselves. But yeah, aimed at fellow Sudanese, taking the lives of thousands over the course of the last couple of years, displacing and leaving broken tens of thousands more households, not even just individuals, with every flare up of this civil war. For now, the facts on the ground are clear. As the Rapid Support Forces have their gold buyers and backers, some sitting pretty in the Middle East to keep the guns and the supplies and the payment flowing, Khartoum and the state forces do not have the strength or the will to be able to beat the RSF into a position where the civil war will end. Now, that means the civil war continues and civilian loss of life, of course, continues. Now, why are the UAE, the Emiratis, backing the Rapid Support Forces, other than obviously the mountains of gold they are being given for that support? And what is the RSF narrative, right? What did they actually flip and want? Why would they slaughter their quote-unquote own people? To what end? What's Hemeti? What's Mohammed Dagalo looking for? I'll try and make time for all of that in a future video. Sorry guys, it's been a low cadence time period in terms of making videos. Don't worry, I'll be back. The news will still be the news. Keep learning. I hope not your only source of news, potentially your only source of analysis. But yeah, try to make these compressed videos, because what I've just told you now, if you sit around on news outlets on the TV, it'll probably take you about an hour, and you'll have to tune in at the right time to get what I just said, because it's compressed. It's well researched and compressed. Anyway, I hope you support my work. If you do, watch my videos fully, interact with them through liking and commenting and sharing them and talking to other people about what you're learning. Keep learning so that one day you may contribute to molding the world into the world for which you are yearning. And for the unbiased news and analysis without the Western spin, I'm Mahfouz, or NewsBaba, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for all your concern, by the way. Health-wise, I'm okay, alhamdulillah. It's just some other reasons why I have not been making videos very... Anyway, I'll see you on the next one.